The Iowa caucuses, January 15th, this Monday. On January 15th, the Iowa Caucasians will caucus to pick a nominee for president. And I have no idea what these polls mean. I've never seen, well, none of us have seen anything like this before. I have no idea what Republicans in Iowa are thinking. Now, I know that Iowa used to be a reliably blue state. It catapulted Jimmy Carter and Barack Obama into the White House. What happened? Deindustrialization? Main Street falling prey to big box stores, which have now fallen prey to Amazon. Local radio and newspapers gobbled up and then stripped of their assets by hedge funds. All this has left a lot of voters in Iowa with no sense of community, with no places to gather. Local identity in Iowa has been atomized into silent chat rooms on the internet, where civic responsibility is often eclipsed by conspiracy theories that make people suspicious of government and their neighbors. That's what's happened to the Republicans in Iowa. Now, Iowa, unlike Michigan or Wisconsin, has become a solid red state. Joe Biden has pretty much given up on Iowa. And so have the Democrats. Why? Why have they given up on Iowa? Partly because Iowa Democrats completely blew it with way too many technical snafus 4 years ago during the Democratic caucus. So Democrats in Iowa are not going to be voting for a nominee caucus style. Instead, registered Democrats in Iowa are filling out ballots, mailing them in, and then the ballots will be counted later in the year. Now, this is too bad because there are deep progressive roots in the Plains states. This is what Donald Trump and DeSantis, Josh Hawley to some degree, this is what they tap into, the progressive roots that came out of the Plains states. For Democrats to give up on the Plains states, for the Democrats to give up on Iowa, I think this is dangerous, not just for the Democrats, but for our country. You have to take the fight to the states where Republican lies are left unchallenged, where they're left to fester. You got to go where these lies start before they grow like grass fire into a movement. Iowa should be picking Democratic candidates. There should be caucuses on Monday for Democratic candidates. But instead, Joe Biden is trying to make inroads by turning South Carolina into the make or break primary state, because it was the make or break primary state for him. It worked for him. Now, I get it. There's a huge black population in South Carolina, and Democrats cannot win. Democrats are nothing unless their candidate has been thoroughly vetted by black voters. This was something that came to a surprise to many Bernie bros like me back in 2020. A lot of us were shocked by how much black voters absolutely loved Joe Biden. I remember going, huh? Well, if you watch President Biden speak Monday at Mother Emanuel Church in Charleston, South Carolina, where a white supremacist killed 9 in 2015, you see South Carolina is to Joe Biden what Iowa was to Barack Obama. Obama owed it all to Iowa, and Biden owes it all to South Carolina. That's where he stopped Bernie. That was his firewall. Well, that's where Pete Buttigieg dropped out, even though Mayor Pete had more delegates than Biden at the time, and Elizabeth Warren, who had more delegates than Biden, dropped out, but she wouldn't endorse Bernie. And Obama and Clinton put their thumbs on the scale and said, We either stop Bernie here in South Carolina or we're done. Back then, if you remember Joe Biden, we're talking about 2020, Biden was the weakest candidate, a total creation of backroom politics. But then again, so was Harry Truman. Sometimes people in the back room get it right. Again, I wanted Bernie, but I do think Joe Biden is turning out to be the most consequential president since Lyndon Johnson. And I mean that. I wanted Bernie. I still want Bernie. But I mean that about Joe Biden. Anyway, the Democrats are eyeing the South because they won Georgia. Joe Biden won Georgia, and the Democrats have 2 senators from Georgia, Raphael Warnock, and now I forgot the other guy's name. Oh, damn it. It'll come to me. Now I'm going to be brooding about this. Damn it. But Biden, here's the difference between Iowa, Barack Obama, and Biden in South Carolina, and Ossoff. This is, I knew it would come to me. Here's the difference between, now I can concentrate. Here's the difference between Barack Obama and Iowa versus Biden in South Carolina. Biden isn't going to win South Carolina in November. Obama won the Iowa primaries and he won Iowa in the general. But like I've been telling you, we all need to calm down. Forget the electoral map. It's set in stone, except for what I'm going to tell you in a second. Biden doesn't need to win Iowa, and he also doesn't need to win South Carolina. I've been over this with you, and this is my mantra. President Biden only needs to win Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Okay? Now, he's going to win Pennsylvania and Michigan. Wisconsin should be a win. Okay? He has a very easy pathway to 270. Okay? He just needs Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. He should win Wisconsin. But if he can't win Wisconsin, then he has to win either Georgia or Arizona, and that's the election. Okay? These are the states that Hillary didn't win, that he did: Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. It was like 75,000 votes total. If they had gone the other way, Hillary would have been president. He won all 3. Wisconsin, he may not win Wisconsin, but if he doesn't win Wisconsin, then he has to win either Georgia or Arizona. And then he gets to 270. It's that simple. So, everybody needs to calm the F down. And by everybody, I mean me. I need to calm down. Okay? He's got the electoral map.
It's time right now for the David Feldman Show. So get your ears on right, buckle in real tight. He's got a lot to say and he's coming your way.